wanted to engage people who have signed that letter with next steps.
Adam Luck co-authored that letter. He also served on the state's Pardon and Parole Board looking over several death penalty cases. He says his time on that board brought him to work against the death penalty.
I think for most folks hearing about that experience, they would think that the proximity I had to that system would have given me confidence. Not only did it remove any confidence that I had, but it actually raised, I believe, serious and now persisting questions about capital punishment in Oklahoma and whether or not we should be doing it at all.
So Luck invited people who signed the letter to hear from the evangelical network of Equal Justice USA.
Equal Justice USA is a national organization working to repeal the death penalty and helping communities and neighborhoods think about and engage after harm or violence occurs.
Their goal is to get Christians thinking about what the response to harm should be.
Plus there's a spectrum, right? I mean, there are those that oppose the death penalty all the time. There are those that oppose the death penalty when it's not done quote unquote well. And for any of those who have concerns about it, we're wanting to engage and equip those individuals.
They allowed those in attendance to give their thoughts and ask questions to better understand what happens next.
I hope that people will think about the action of the death penalty as an act of state violence that doesn't bring about the healing or doesn't bring about anything that people might want it to.